now, okay. All right, I think I have everything. Sorry about that. I need to get my water and my phone charger. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to look at love reading. So what I'm going to do is um, current love situation. I'm going to start with Aries. Spirits, angels, guides, ancestors, archangels, ascended master. Current love situation for Aries. Okay, I feel like some of you are healing. Yeah, I feel like you've been feeling a little exposed and lonely. There's fear here. Clinging to something, an emperor. Okay, well, let's look at the person that you're dealing with here in your current situation. They don't know what to do. Two of Swords. I feel like they have surrendered. Two of Wands. I feel like they're leaning toward choosing what's best for themselves in this situation. I feel like they are having some kind of a transformation here. But they are manifesting a new beginning. So that's what it looks like is happening here. So that's the story that's coming out. Let me see what this Lover's Tarot has. Spirit, tell me about Aries and their person. The person on the left side here is, I feel like trying to heal, but feeling pretty sad about it. They want to call. They want to make a call. Maybe they already did. This person on this first side, maybe they already did. I feel like this person is going through a transformation. But they feel like this person on this side is the only one that has the key to their heart when they're in separation. I feel like this person feels like they're dealing with their counterpart, their emperor, right? Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. I'm on Aries doing a little love read. Now, for this person on this side, there's two sides here. One that's currently working on healing, but still kind of stuck on this person, right? And then there's this other person who, like, it looks like they don't really know what to do. I feel like they're going to maybe choose themselves. I see them going through a transformation, and manifesting a new beginning with something. Let's see what this says. So I feel like this person has a lot. They are attracted to the other person. Like, it was a very sexual, sexy, passionate relationship. Maybe where someone wanted to love, be there forever. Maybe you were married, or that's what this person kind of wanted. But they also feel stabbed in the back. Heartbreak. They were shocked by what happened. And they're afraid that it's completely over. This person over here, I feel like that's how come they're in that surrender position, like they're just like, I've had it. I've had enough. I really don't know what to do besides do something to choose myself. So let's see what the romance angels have for the first side one. This is the person that either did call or wants to. This is the person that feels like the other person is the only one that has the key to their heart, right? I feel like this person on this side maybe doesn't understand how lovable they are. I feel like they have like a low self-esteem. They're so calling in their soulmate, and they trust that this is real, and they just can't stop thinking about like how much fun you had together, right? So the other person, Aries, let's see how they feel. This is the one who seems to be doing a little bit better than the other one, like, but I feel like there's a little resentment over here on this side, right? Stabbed in the back, coffin, the Grim Reaper. So they are very letting their friends help them. They're talking to their friends about it. They're admitting the chemistry that was crazy good, but they also feel like there was some red flags, and it could have had something to do with money too. Okay, so we're going to ask one more thing, and we're going to see like how does the first person feel? If they could say something to the second person, what would they say? This is the one that's calling in the soulmate. This person would say, I want you. I understand this connection. You are the best thing in my life. I love you. I bury myself in work to forget about you. I'm so attracted to you, and I love you unconditionally. This person over here is not kidding around. They have real feelings, okay? And this person over here, number 2, says, I look for you everywhere. So even though they're feeling all these things, they still kind of look for you. I know I messed everything up. This person feels like they're just not the one for you. And they weren't authentic. And they're saying it was my fault, but I blamed you, and I'm not available. So person 2 is healing and moving on, and person 1 is not over it. Oops. So let's see. I think what I'm going to do is shut my ringer off so that doesn't happen again. How about that? Okay. So that's what I have for you, Aries, with this person. This is a complicated sitch, I would say. One person's all in, and the other person's moving on down the road, is what it looks like, Aries. Okay, so let's see who's next with 923 for Taurus. Jonas, what are you doing? Hello? Hello, hi. I left the door open so you could come in and out. What do you need? What's the matter? I feel like you have everything you need. Don't know. Go on. Go upstairs or go lay down. Thank you. Okay, Taurus, this is for you. So person 1 is, I feel like they're just surrendering it. Working on their wish fulfillment in another area. I feel like this is something that they have put an end to a cycle here of some kind, you know. It's their intuition led them there, right? And they made a final decision. And what they're doing is moving on, making plans for their future. I also see a huge transformation coming from these guys. Hi, May. How's it going? I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? This is person 1, Taurus. And then the second person, let's see how they feel. King of Cups. Lots of love here. But they feel like it is a burden. But they can't get person one off their mind. They can't stop thinking about it. And it has become a burden because it breaks their heart every time they think of it. And their Seven of Pentacles, like, should I put any more effort into this or shouldn't I? This person made promises and didn't keep them. I didn't see it coming. I wanted success and victory. I wanted truth. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups, and the Emperor. So I feel like this person on this side really has a lot of love. I feel like they're kind of in a mixed up place about it because they didn't understand what happened, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't see it coming. They thought this was a success, and then some kind of truth came out, you know? So let's see what these cards have to say. So this person over here is using their intuition, making a final decision to plan for things themselves. Like, they're putting their energy into something besides the lover, you know? I feel like they're working with their intuition, they're growing, transforming. I feel like they've had a pretty rough spot, but they're now they got to this place of surrender. Okay, so let's see about person one, paradise, happiness, expansion, joy. Okay, so that's what this person is doing, is trying to create their own paradise on this side. They're working on their wish fulfillment, Nine of Cups. And I feel like this person over here, the Runner card comes out. So this person could be afraid of intimacy, or they're just really in their ego. But I see a transformation here. Hi, Erica. Thanks for coming. Nice to see you. I'm glad you stopped by. So this person is really kind of working on themselves and transforming some things. I feel like they want a happy, peaceful, paradise life, and they're just freaking going for it. This person over here, I feel like this person over here isn't, I don't know, they're confused. They unconditionally love person one. But they feel like, for some reason, maybe they feel like they were used. I feel like they feel like maybe this was a karmic relationship with something that needed to be learned. But they want to reach out and talk. They're very grateful for you, even though they're heartbroken. And there's some kind of surprise upheaval transformation coming here. What is it? What's the transformation? Cupid's arrow. Okay. So I feel like this person over here is going to get have a new lover come in, you know, which is fine because this person over here is kind of done, you know, like they're working on their own self, loving on themselves and trying to manifest what they want. So let's see over here. So this person over here is to the point where they feel like this was a codependent relationship, and I feel like what they want is the one that really is for them. They're like, this other person really wasn't it, and I am just going to keep working on themselves until I'm ready for my person. And this card is also about divine timing. So yeah, I feel like they have a lot of trust in themselves and in what they're doing. I feel like this person on this side is really growing and working hard to release their ex person, right? On this side, tell me what this person over here is doing. This is the person that's still in love. This is the person that wants to reach out. So Spirit is telling this person, keep an open mind about who your soulmate might be, because it's probably someone different than you think. So this person is pretty stuck that this person is their person, but there's some kind of deception happened here. Somebody wasn't being authentic. And this person over here knows it. And I feel like what they're thinking is like, maybe we didn't even really know each other. I feel like there's some kind of big factor involved, and it's called religious factors in this deck, but what I think that means is like you guys don't agree on some kind of really big platform. Like, I don't know if it's, religion, but it could be politics, it could be, anything like that. So let's see, if this person could say something to this person, what would it be? The hidden truth. Let's find out the hidden truth from this person over here. This is the person that's, moving on. It says, it was my fault, but I blamed you. I want to tell you how I feel. See, these cards are amazing. I knew exactly what I was doing. So this one, it comes out with the runner. So this could be the one that runs. And this could be the one that chases, right? Looks like it. This one is saying, the chaser. We will be together again. It's time for me to heal now. You were the best thing in my life. I'm starting to understand our connection. I wish I could take back all my words, and I hide behind material things. So that is what's going on for you, Taurus. I feel like you're both kind of... I feel like person one is moving on. And I feel like person two is trying to move on. And I feel like Spirit is going to help this person too, because they're getting a new person. So I don't know where you fit in that, Taurus, but you can, I'm sure you know which one you are. Okay. Gemini's next. Look at the time. Okay. So Spirit, we're on Gemini now. Can you tell me? We are going to look at both energies of the people that Gemini is dealing with. So, person number one. Person one is talking to Spirit. They're manifesting divine timing, making plans of some kind, realizing that might not be warp speed with the Knight of Pentacles, right? I feel like this person over here might be doing something with their work, something. They're kind of in this place where they can't make a decision about something, so they're kind of letting Spirit take over. This Two of Swords is about surrendering. Yeah, what they're surrendering is like the worry that they have about this relationship. That's what they're trying to let go of here. Very hanging on. I feel like they've been waiting and waiting and waiting. It seems like it's taken forever. And they want a new beginning, but it's maybe not working out feeling all worried, staying up at night, 9 of Swords, about the 4 of Wands. So the second person here, Page of Swords, 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so person 2, they could be like on the DL watching you, but I feel like they're healing, but their heart was broken a lot, and I feel like they're afraid of something, possibly stability or lack of stability, you know. There was a tower moment in this love situation. Oops. Dang, that was a lot. Okay. I'm going to reshuffle that. This person over here is working on themselves. They're healing. They're cutting themselves free. And they're healing. Talking inside, going inside deep, right? So this person over here is hurting and confused, and they don't understand the tower moment. Like, they thought they had a happily ever after, and then something happened. The Tower card. Let's ask and see what happened. Shall we clarify that Tower card? Because, like, I don't know what exactly happened. It's just like all of a sudden, Tower moment and 10 of Cups. So maybe your relationship came in too fast and they fell in love too fast, and it confused the hell out of them, made them feel unstable. Yeah. Tower moment, Lovers. Oh. You know what this is this person is shocked by a message coming in and a love offer coming in. Like, they're still healing from something, and then in comes a message. So I don't know. Someone's sending another person a message that has been out of your life for a while. I feel like at the bottom of the deck, I see like there were fighting, a lot of crying. Yeah, and there's like an incoming offer, and it is shocking, but it's also the wheel. Like, so it's divine timing. So it's confusing, but spirit is involved. So then you have that, you know? So then you have that because it's spirit involvement. So that's what happened with the tower. It's not a bad tower. It's a good tower. In comes a message. And this person honestly hasn't healed up yet. This person is still healing, still trying to cut themselves free. So let's ask this deck and see what person number 1. This is the person that's hanging on. They've waited and waited and waited, but now they're to this point where they're like, I've been up way too many hours worrying about this, Spirit. They want to take a chance still. They want to take a chance. Even though this was a triggering relationship, you know, they're trying to let it go. But there's this piece of them that's like, I still want this person. So on the inside, this person has not let anything go. They're thinking about how much fun that you had together. They're thinking about the sex too, the attraction, the way they feel in your company. This is what this person over here is thinking about. That's why they're the one up all night with worried and stuff. So it doesn't surprise me that this person sends this person a message. So let's see what this person feels about the message. It's like a shock. It's like a shock. Lightning bolt. Heartbroken. They don't even know what to do. They're still grieving the breakup. You know, they're not over it yet. And they feel like, honestly, they feel like maybe, I think they think they're not enough. Something happened that made them feel like they were lacking. And so what they're trying to do is stay positive. They're kind of trying to keep a positive mindset, feeling grateful for everything they do have. That's what they're trying to do to free themselves from this thing. And deep down inside, they feel like person one is the only person that is for them. Like, this is the heart with a key. Like, there's just one person with the key to this person's heart, and it's person one. So apply that wherever it goes for you and your situation. Gemini, let's ask the romance angels. Tell me about the romance angels here for person one. Okay, person one, the advice is to love yourself first, because we all know that we can't really offer love to other people correctly or fully if we aren't really loving ourselves. Like, it's not possible, right? This person over here really wants to try, though. But Spirit is saying, like, it's time to take control of your life back, person one. You know, like, you have been really sitting and thinking about this person for quite a while. And Spirit is saying, like, it's keeping you, like, locked up in a cage. Like, you can get out of it anytime you want. You just need to trust Spirit. Yeah, and then release your ex again, comes out. So this person over here is really needing to, like release without control. Like, I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying, like, they need to kind of quit with the chokehold on person two, right? Tell me what person two's angel messages are, Spirit. Religious factors. Yeah, that came out with the last one in Taurus. So person two, I feel like they are heartbroken. They're still trying to heal. But there is something underlying here that you guys don't agree on that's really important. Like, it could be a spiritual belief, or it could be, you know, political or something like that. Religious factors are coming out. And it's bothering this person over here, too. Like, they feel like you're the only one with the key to their heart. But there's something that you guys believe in that's so different that it kind of freaks them out and they don't know. You know, like, they're really confused about it. And I feel like they kind of, when they get this message from you, or if you're not, or whatever, person two, when they get the message from person one, I feel like maybe they're thinking, like, you know, maybe I just didn't know them quite well enough. Maybe I need to spend more time with this person and get to know them. Chemistry was off the charts. I will never forget what it feels like to be held by them, to be alone with them. And I really want them. And they're worth waiting for. Aww. You guys both want each other. This is mutual love, both a lot of fear, though. So, person one, if you're person one, I feel like the whole key here is being saying, like, you need to, like, let go of control of this. So that would mean even the message that you sent, like, that's even trying to control it too. Like, because, you know, I mean, you sent the message hoping for a reaction, and I think you got one, like, energetically, but maybe not physically, right? You know what I mean? You might be able to feel it, but the thing is that Spirit is saying, like, you really got to release this. It's all about the control thing. Spirit is saying, like, stop it. Stop trying to control things. So I feel like that's the lesson for person one. Like, stop trying to control every single thing. And person two, I don't know. I think if you would release your chokehold on person two, if person one would release it, I think it would like just divine timing would make it work. You know what I mean? I don't think this is a lost cause, Gemini. I think it's a matter of you trusting the universe about everything, including this relationship. Person one says, I look for you everywhere. I love you unconditionally. I know I messed everything up. It was my fault, but I blamed you. So many things remind me of you. So this person one is like borderline obsessed, right? But person two is spying on you somehow. I don't know how, but they're sad and they're like spying on you somehow. Investigating what you're doing. So you guys are both low-key, like, still obsessed with each other. Person two says, I knew exactly what I was doing. I replay our conversations over and over. I couldn't let you get close to me. I hope that you can forgive me one day. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. So I think both of you feel pretty much the same. There's a lot of love here, but there's also a lot of like kind of codependent vibes. So, I mean, even though that card didn't come out, it's like that. It feels like that, you know? So, that's what I see here, Gemini. Cancer is next. Let's see. 30. Cancer. Let's see what's going on here. What did I do here? Put these in upside down. Okay. Dude, my cards got flooded. They're so all falling down. Man, I gotta buy some new ones. Okay. Spirits, angels, guys, thanks so much for all the messages so far. We are now on Cancer. If you just joined me, thanks for coming. Thanks for hitting the like button and subscribing and commenting. All those things kind of change the algorithms and help my channel grow. So I really do appreciate your help with that. So Cancer, let's do two people. Person one first. Person one. 4 wands. Okay, so it looks like okay, so it looks like you had something that you felt like brought stability into your life and your family, but it somehow ended up just being something that taught you a lot of lessons, is what I feel like. I feel like this cycle ended. I feel like person one kind of has moved on. However, I feel like there's some kind of underlying fear here. Tell me what that is. I feel like this relationship has somehow made you understand something deeper about yourself. That's a lot. I just don't want one card here. What are they afraid of here? Okay. Okay. So I feel like this... Okay, so something ended here. The world card is here. And it looks like person one moved on, but they really haven't moved on. They are stuck in their head about having a reconciliation with person two. They are healing, but they're hanging on. Person two, what's going on with person two? Cancer. Cancer's person or the other person. So this person is, I think, accepting what happened. I feel like they learned the lesson. They understand why it happened. And there is a lot of love there, but I feel like whatever happened made them see love in a different way. I feel like also they successfully what is the word I'm looking for? Released. Like they released it. They accepted it, and they just said, you know. But I think they were in limbo for a long time. But they're getting their mojo back with the King of Wands. Yeah. I feel like this person over here wants to make something right. Like maybe settle up some karma. Maybe something happened and they felt like they hurt you or something like that. And I feel like I feel like they owe an apology, or they want to come and apologize is what it looks like, Cancer. So let's see what is going on for you. Like you thought you had a stable commitment, but it ended up teaching you a bunch of lessons. On your side over here, like you moved on, you did close out the cycle, but you didn't really. Like it appears that you did, but you're still hanging on to them. You're still hanging on and you're afraid. You want them back. You want to call them. You want to talk to them. You want to tell them how much you love them. So person one is healing. Person one feels like they were stabbed in the back. Person one thought that this was going to be a marriage, or it was a marriage. And whatever happened here has caused person one to have a huge transformation, right? Tell me about person two. This looks like person two has accepted this whole thing, but it did cause them to like be stagnant for a while. Person one kind of, I think they want to come back to you, but they're kind of afraid. Person one might have a second person in their life, another person in their life that you don't know about, or maybe you do. Maybe that's what they're coming clean about here with the King of Swords, right? Because maybe they kept this a secret from you. They do want to talk. I feel like, honestly, yeah. See, person two has unconditional love for you, whatever that is. And I do see them wanting to come back and like fix this shit. Six of Pentacles. It's about karma. It's about what they did. It's about cause and effect, you know? And I feel like they're feeling kind of shitty about it. I think they have been for ever since it happened. And I think they do want to come toward you. That's what it looks like, Cancer. Let's see what the angels have to say for person one. What does the angels have to say for person 1 in Cancer's reading, Spirit? Thank you so much. Holy shit. Just threw those all off the side. Okay. Person 1. Yeah, this could have been a marriage, or you guys were planning on, maybe you were engaged. This person 1 feels like this whole thing is worth waiting for. They want a renewal. They want a transformation, you know. I feel like they're putting up a show like they don't, you know, or like that they're fine, but they're not. They want to go somewhere with you and just be alone. Like, I don't know if you guys went camping together or if you spent time in nature, but that's what it looks like, what they want to do. Person 1. Tell me about person 2. What do the angels have to say about person 2? Okay, person 2 wants to flirt. They want the relationship to not just rekindle, but they want to like move it up. Like if this person comes back, I mean, don't be surprised if like there's any talk of engagement or something here, is what it looks like. They want to bump it up. Yeah, this person over here is working on loving themselves, so that's really good. But what they're thinking about is how much fun they had with you. Like, and again, I see you guys being outside in nature together. At the bottom of the deck, past life relationship. So I feel like at least person 2 knows that this is not the first go round for you guys. Like, you guys have been together before in other lives. You recognize each other. You love each other on a soul level, a deep level. And for some reason it didn't work out, but you're both still in love. So let me see what the Hidden Truth Oracle says. So Spirit, if person 1 could say something to person 2, like without hesitation, what would it be? What would they like to say? I understand our connection. I'm so attracted to you. I distract myself with work. I love you. And I feel like you're leaving me behind. So this is an energetic relationship too. You guys can feel each other. My daughter just sent me a text. She's so funny. You want to hear what it's... Did you guys ever watch that Talladega Nights with Will Ferrell? And you know how they're all sitting at the table and he's like, "Dear baby Jesus." And then they start arguing about it, and he's like, "This is my table. I can talk to dear baby Jesus. I want to talk to the baby Jesus." And there's a big fight about it. Chantilly is my daughter, and she just sent me a text that said, "Dear baby Jesus." Oh, funny. I look for you everywhere, person 2 says, Cancer. So I want to tell you how I feel. See, they do. They do want to tell you. What else do you want to say, person 2? I know I messed everything up. It was my fault, but I blamed you. I feel you even though we're apart. You want to know what's important about that? Is both of you feel it. That it's like a magnetic pull that you guys have. It's your souls that are connected in some way or another. And whenever I see a reading like this, I feel like, I mean, people call this stuff a lot of things. You know, they can call it twin flame. They can call it a soul relationship or whatever. But there is some kind of soul recognition with you two. Like, you guys do know there's something in there. And I don't know if you... I mean, it looks like you both kind of want to be together forever. I've seen that in both sides. But if you're not meant to be together forever, you're at least meant to be together again because you still feel that pull. And you might have like some kind of thing that you planned on doing together. I don't know what it is, but You might. Cancer. So, let's see. Leo is next. 46. Okay, Leo, let's look and see what's going on for you. Oh my God, I did it again. I just got these all upside down, and I just hate it when they come out upside down. Okay. I got it now. All right, Leo. Person 1 for Leo. Spirit, thank you so much for hanging out, giving me great messages today. Let's see what's going on for my collective Leo. These are the Leos with placements in Leo and that subscribe to my channel. Let's just tap into the people that subscribe to my channel right now. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, Leo, person 1. Person 1 for Leo. Little guarded. Lovers. You're guarding yourself from lovers, person 1. This lover connection, but you're just very emotional about it. Person 1's emotional about the relationship. It's a destiny thing. The wheel is here. A new cup of love. Yeah, okay. Empress is at the bottom. I'm going to put her here because Leo. So it looks like person 1 is a little bit guarded about a certain lover relationship. Very emotional. But when in alignment, person 1 knows this is a destined relationship, wants a new start, and sees themselves or the other person as the Empress. So I feel like this could be like maybe you're the mother of a child, maybe, because you got the King or the Queen of Cups and the Empress, so really feminine vibes on this left side, right? But guarded. There's only one card in here, and it feels like it looks like person 1 feels like they have to be standing guard and like protecting their home and their family from this relationship for some reason. We'll get more. Person 2 is sad, trying to heal, possibly keeping to themselves. Yeah, another healing card, the Star card. There's the Tower moment here. Tell me about the Tower. Clarify the Tower. Okay. Tower. So I feel like this person over here, the Tower moment, hurt them. I feel like it's this relationship, you know? Like, I feel like there was a new relationship that started and then for some reason it just ended quite quickly. They thought there was stability in it, but found out there wasn't. They really had high hopes here, the 10 of Pentacles. Like, they thought this was everything. Like, you guys could have even been doing some kind of business venture together or planning on it or something like that. But I see person 2 over here, like, just kind of like working on something, maybe like a new way to make money. I think this person is distracting themselves while they figure out what happened and figure out why it happened. You know, like they want to know the justice. Like, why did this end? So Yeah, nobody saw this coming. Nobody did, like, it seems like. So let's get these carved out and see if we can get clarifiers here for person 1. I feel like person 1 is very optimistic. Person 2 is very much hurt, trying to figure shit out, not even knowing what to do, trying to distract themselves in a big way. So, person 1 for Leo, tell me about this. Tell me more from this deck, Spirit. How are they feeling? They want to take another chance. They do. They love you unconditionally. I feel like they felt like they were in a trance when they're with you. Like they feel like another person when they're with you. I feel like they are trying to heal. I think they think person 2 had options. And so they broke up. They want to stop. They wanted to stop that pattern. Like, I feel like a third party situation is happening a lot to person 1, you know, and they see it and they're just like, I'm not doing this anymore. Person 2 is over here healing. Now, here's what I'm wondering. Do you think person 1 was really cheating? Or do you think person 1 is right about the cheating? Or do you think they just projected that fear? Because that's what I'm wondering. Tell me about person 2. How are they feeling in this situation, Spirit? Okay. Alright, so person 2 could be... I wonder if person 2 blocked you. They could be very controlling. Or they could be have an addiction. But at any rate, I don't think you really saw the real person of number 2. This person wants to call you. They're going back and forth. They're going back and forth. Because the separation hurt them. And I think they ran. But what's happening to person 2 is they're transforming. And I'll tell you what, I think person 1 thinks that there was another person, but I'm not 100% sure there was, Leo. I feel like for some of you, it was in your head because that's your pattern. And so you get to a certain point and you're like, I'm not doing this anymore. So, I don't know. But I don't see any cards of third party is the thing, except for the one that says it's in your head, you know, like you've had a pattern of it. So, let's see. Let's see what the Hidden Oracle has to say for person 1. Yeah, I left you when I saw you with someone. So you guys did see him with someone, huh? I know I messed everything up. I can't stop thinking about you. We'll be together again. I lost myself for a little while. Person 2, how do you feel? I replay our conversations over and over. I know that I crossed the line with you. I want to tell you how I feel. It was not your fault, but I blamed you. So, dang. I left when I saw you with someone. So maybe I was wrong. Or I wonder if you saw them with someone that wasn't really a lover. Maybe it was their brother or sister that you didn't know they even had, or their best friend, or sometimes we jump to conclusions. It could be something like that. Okay. Let's see the romance angels for person 1. Leo's person 1. Red flags. Spirit saying, pay attention to the red flags, man. You might not have been wrong. This is about divine timing. And you're calling in your soulmate. So you're working on it, on yourself, and trying to call in a soulmate, right? And I think working on your finances and career. Person 2, how does the angels, what do the angels have to say about person 2? Person 2 has a lot of attraction for you. They feel like it was the romance of a lifetime. And they also question their value. I feel like they want a reconciliation for sure, because they think, you know, they believe that you guys are soul connected, right? So that's what I see happening for you, Leo. Okay, next, Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Thank you, Spirit. If you're just joining me, thank you for coming. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing. We're looking at love for Virgo. Spirit, thank you so much. Person 1, being a little quiet, maybe working on something with spirit and private, keeping to themselves, trying to reach alignment. I feel like person 1 is working completely on themselves. I feel like they're trying to manifest their wish fulfillment. I feel like they have spent enough time like feeling taken advantage of, you know? But deep down they kind of still feel like that, which is why they're in the hermit mode. I feel like they have a lot of passion for you. I'm not sure, but I feel like they've grown up. I feel like person 1 has grown up, Virgo, like from a knight to a king. I feel like they're very passionate, but whatever happened really woke them up and kind of changed them, grew them up, right? So person 2 is heartbroken because they wanted stability. This was 10 Pentacles, the happily ever after they always wanted, right? Success is what they were after, and stability, passion. So I'm single. I do see a big transformation going on for person number 2. Let's change decks here and figure out about this one. So person number 1's kind of going inside and working on themselves. I see a huge growth spurt for person number 1. So let's see what's happening. They're working on what they want, right? But there is this feeling inside them that I think is slowly going away. This feeling of lack or like anything, because they're just really working with spirit, and the spirit's kind of healing them, right? The first card that comes out is soul mates. So person number one feels like person number two has a soul contract with them. They are working on their healing their heart, but they can't stop thinking about how much they dig you, like sexually, right? And I feel like they think it just needs some time to for healing, because they love you and it's unconditional. Like there's no reason for their love. They just love you. Probably because of the soul connection, you know? We really do have deep feelings for people who are soul connected with, men, or like whether you're in a love relationship or a friendship. We have strong bonds with these people, right? So person number two is sad, right? They feel like they kind of lost everything. They're trying to get their own stability. You know, I feel like they are stable in their own. They know their value. And I feel like they're kind of going down a new path. It is a single path, but they are also working with spirit. But they can't stop thinking about you. The camera card is here. They think about person number one all the time, but they kind of feel stabbed in the back, right? Like they don't understand like why it happened. And I see that here too. Like, so I don't know if you guys were married or something like that, right? And then it just ended. This person may feel like person number one had an extra person in their life. The other woman card is here, right? So I feel like someone feels like they were cheated on, and so they're just feeling like it's over, right? But they can't stop thinking about you. But I think they are working on like making a new life for themselves, what it looks like. Now over here on this side, this person is totally digging you, thinking about it, talking to spirit about it, trying as hard as they can to release person number two. They're trying to stay optimistic and like whatever happens. I feel like they're kind of like trying to leave that up to spirit. Like, is this my person, or is this just somebody that came to teach me something? But I feel like I feel like there's something inside of them that's changed so much that makes them feel like if you were to get back together, like you'd have to get to like re-know each other, because there's been so much growth on their part. They're a completely different person. The way they feel about themselves and their relationship with spirit is what has changed. I mean, they've spent time in the hermit mode, and they're also working on something in there, like pentacle wise, you know, like spirit's directing them. So they're really working on something. So there's so much growth. So on this side, person number two, like, I don't know, were you guys engaged? Or else this person really wants to be, even though they're moving on, and they feel like this wasn't fair and the thing is over. Like something inside them says like, I still want to be with them. Spirit is saying like, release control, free yourself from trying to control the situation, person two. I feel like you need to love yourself, you know. There's a wedding card here. Person number two feels like person number one is worth waiting for. Like they feel like it's a divine timing thing. So I think both of you could, honestly, you might be able to reconnect. You really might, if you just trust what's happening and not try and control it, you know? Not try and, like, what I mean by control is, like, it could be sabotaging the relationship. It could be trying to make them come back to you for whatever, you know, in whatever way. you know, trying to like trick them in some way or something. Like, that's what I mean about, you gotta let go of that and just move on down the road. Start loving yourself and working on. And I think person one is actually doing it, and they've changed so much. It's like, if you guys do get to back together, you're gonna have to spend some time getting to know each other, because this person has grown way up. This person says, I love you unconditionally. You speak to me through music, and I feel you even though we're apart. Person number one is on a spiritual, beautiful spiritual path, and very tuned into what's going on with their own stuff, right? Person number two says, sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. What else? You and I were too young. I replay our conversations over and over. It was my fault, but I blamed you. Anything else, person two? Do you want to say anything else? I knew exactly what I was doing. I look for you everywhere. So see, I feel like you guys, again, I feel like you guys both love each other. It's just a matter of, you know, what kind of game is somebody playing, or both people were playing, you know, possibly. Games, you know, trying to manipulate the situation in one way or the other. Yeah, I this looks actually like, this could actually be a really good thing. That's what it looks like to me. Virgo. Could really work out good for you. If, you know, both people are on board. But I would actually, if I would just wait and see what happens. Like, don't try and control this situation. Sometimes trying to control the situation is exactly what causes the breakup, you know? So now we're on Libra. Libra, tell me about Libra and the person. Person number one, Libra. Person number one for Libra. Okay. Okay, so person number one. Okay, so I feel like they learned something new and it freed them. And I feel like they have had a really big transformation. They've decided to choose themselves and work on their stability within themselves. King of Pentacles. There's a King of Swords here with the Six of Swords. So this could have something to do with that truth that they figured out right in the beginning there. Learn some kind of truth. Spirit, can you tell me what that is? Clarify the King of Swords. This is about surrendering and then and just kind of like trusting spirit. There's a lot of like spirit movement in person number one. I feel like spirit is actually taking you to that King of Swords energy, which is about being honest with yourself, you know? And this is where like this comes out, right? So I clarified the King of Swords, and this is what it is. So it's about you, like Two of Swords, like this one is about surrendering and focusing on the things that you do want. You know, like when it comes to this person, you're surrendering, and then you're just focusing on what you do want, being honest, and answering all the questions you have about stability, about where you want to go next. All spirit driven, right? Person number two. has been waiting. I feel like they're, waiting to see the justice, waiting to find the justice in a love situation. It's been a kind of a burden. It's actually been a really big burden. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so person number one has got the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Person number two has the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So this is definitely a vibrational match. Twice. You guys have something in common, some kind of thing that attracts you to one another. There is so much love here too. But it's almost like person number two feels like person number one didn't keep their promise. And it's just a burden. And they don't, they aren't sure how they feel about it. They don't feel like it was fair. I do see healing overall twice. So, and the Sun. I feel like this relationship is going to change. Or something. The Temperance is here. This is all at the bottom of the deck. I feel like there's a big change coming for these two people, whoever they are. Person number one, person number two. We'll see what that looks like here with these cards. Like, I feel like person number two, honestly feels like person number one lied to him. Okay, so let's see what person number one is feeling here with these lovers oracle cards, right? Let's see what person number one is feeling. Spirit, thank you. Okay, person number one wants to give you a call. Give person number two a call. Just wants to let person number two, hey, I love you. I feel like they're getting some kind of really big awakening, something. And something big is changing inside of them. They're starting to love themselves over here. Yes, they are. Like a lightning bolt, they start to love themselves. Yeah, and I feel like Cupid's arrow was here. So they feel like love is coming. They're just trusting. 9 of Cups, They surrendered it and said, hey, Spirit, here's what I want. And I'll just sit here and wait for you to bring it. Person number two is like super sexually charged about you. I feel like you guys did something fun together. I don't know if you played at a beach or something like that. But the card's called Paradise card. And I feel like the overall message of this is that there was a lot of attraction and a lot of friendship too. A lot of playfulness, flirting. And I think you guys really enjoyed each other's company, which makes sense because you have the Pentacles and the Swords in common. Like you have air and earth energy in common. And that's just beautiful. But this person over here feels like person number one didn't keep their promise. And so I feel like person number one person number two could be the one that, caused the breakup. Yep. And said, I'm done. And ran. So, I don't know what happened with that 5 of Swords, but it caused person number two to just get the hell out, right? Wish I knew what that Five of Swords really was, though. But it's like, it's the Five of Swords where they both draw a line in the sand, and one gets washed away by the shore, or by the water, you know? And so it doesn't matter what that person says, they don't ever make good on their promises, right? Tell me what the Five of Swords is here for Libra. What's the Five of Swords? What promise was broken here? Okay, it's like there was a, you know, a new start. Page of Pentacles, like you started going down a new path, possibly even making plans for a business together or something. And maybe you had a really great passionate idea, like something that would work out, but the other person didn't hold true to it, you know. I've got the Empress at the bottom of the deck, so I don't know what that means at this point. Maybe person 2 really thought this was like a divine match, and maybe it is, but I don't see it yet, Libra. Okay. Tell me about person 1. What would they say? What would they say? Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. What else? I know I messed everything up. Yeah. Maybe this is the person that didn't keep the promise, right? I want to tell you how I feel. It was my fault, but I blamed you. Person number 2, what do you want to say? What do you want to say to person number 1? If you could. I feel you leaving me. The timing wasn't right. I wish I could share my good news. I couldn't let you get close to me. So, I guess that's that. Person number 2 felt the connection. They love being with you. They're sexually attracted to you, but at the same time, they didn't really want to let you get close to them, right? So it's this person that didn't keep the promise, is what it looks like to me. There was a plan, and then this person just cut and run, hammered it, sabotaged it. Tell me what the angels have to say. What's the advice from the angels? Person number 1, attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying the moment fully. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level. Let go of control issues. Yeah. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. This could be the one. This is how number 1 feels. Like, you feel like, I do feel like you kind of let it go. I don't know if you were engaged or not, but this person, again, passion is the first card out. So, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Like, heart-to-heart conversations. Okay, so they really want to let you end. They think you're worth waiting for, and it's like all about divine timing. Now, the children card is here. There's children affecting your love life. But I do see a reconciliation. Whenever I see this children affected by your love life, like, sure, it could be that you have children that are, like, maybe one person doesn't have kids and you have kids, and they don't really know if they want to, like, commit to something that deep, right? Or it could be a childhood wound, and that would be on this person, which makes a lot of sense, because this person over here, first of all, has the runner card, has the hammer card, which is sabotage, has the axe card, which is breaking up and separation. They have the seduction card, was the first card that came out. So I feel like this person sabotaged the relationship. I don't think they really wanted to go all in for some reason. Um, and it very well could, because that child card came out. I feel like it very well could have something to do with their own um, childhood, you know? Like, for instance, if they had parents that never, I don't know, like maybe, I mean, some parents are, you know, they taught us a lot of lessons, didn't they? Our parents? That's the point of it. But like, I was thinking, like, maybe this person, maybe number two, kind of learned at a very young age that they couldn't trust people they loved. Maybe they have a skewed view of what love is, and I feel like that's probably why they sabotage. And I don't think it's just you they sabotage with. I feel like they go to a certain point with a lot of people, and they never really honestly commit. Like, they get to a point where maybe the other person is all in and they see it and they get scared and they run. So that's kind of what I'm wondering about for person number two. Okay, Scorpio is next. May, here you go. Thank you for being so patient with me. All right, Scorpio and their person. So, spirits, angels, guides, ancestors, archangels, ascended masters, thank you so much. No kidding, I know. It does take us a long time to figure it out, right? Okay, so person number one. You're welcome, Erica. I'm glad that was on point for you. Okay, so person number one is the World card, and the Six of Swords. So I feel like some kind of cycle ended, some kind of karmic cycle ended here, and Spirit kind of was helping that out. I see Six of Wands. So this is about success. Seven of Cups. I feel like you have many options here. The Seven of Cups could be about confusing too. Here's the thing. I feel like person number one isn't seeing themselves clearly. And the wheel is here, so that's what the cycle is about. Like, this cycle of not seeing yourself clearly is probably what's going to end, right? So, person number two, let's see here. Okay, person number two, making a decision. Two of Wands. This is the decision. It's about offering love. It's about sending a message. They're trying to decide about it. I think they're going to. Scorpio. It's coming in hot with the Knight of Swords. So very fast. It could be an Empress, or they see you as an Empress. There's been a big transformation. Like, where there was overthinking before, there's stability now. And this is what person number two's been working on, is their own stability and their own confidence. I see a lot of confidence and a lot of feminine energy on the part number two. And part number one, I see a closing of a really toxic cycle. And it's got everything to do with the way you see yourself. Big truth being revealed here. I feel like the King of Swords is here too, saying like, it's time for you to get honest with yourself, person number one. So, here's what I think. I think that you see yourself as a victim, and that's what's changing. Like, Spirit is like, you're no freaking victim, man. You're seeing it all wrong. And I feel like that's why the wheel is here. And that's why this is the cycle that's closing out. Like, you know what it almost looks like? It looks like it's a cycle of cheating. It looks like a cycle of, like, maybe you're always, this person number one is always with people that have lots of options, or they are the person with lots of options. But I feel like they feel like a victim. And Spirit is saying, like, this cycle has to close. You got spirit movement all over the freaking place on person number one. Like, it's super important that this cycle changes for whoever person number one is. You're not even seeing your reflection correctly, right? You see yourself as an option. Dude, that's what it is. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so let's get some of these cards here. Heartbroken, deeply sad, feeling lost, grieving. Yeah, person number one, this is it. You are in a rut. Person number one, Spirit is saying, like, dude, this has to stop. This has to freaking stop. You have to heal your heart. You have to learn these things and understand that whatever is triggering you is exactly what you need to work on. You know what I mean? They're making you feel like an option. That's what you need to feel like. That's what you need to work on. Like, you're not an option for someone. Yeah, and I feel like you're just very first person. I feel like this person is very one person minded. Like, they don't, I feel like, yeah, I feel like you're in a karmic cycle of being an option, feeling like an option. And it's because you limit yourself. It's like you just choose one person and you stick there. Like, you don't look any further, like, right away. Like, you just automatically, like, hook up with someone and then you want them forever, right? And then it ends up in separation because you just jump in. You're just jumping in so fast because I don't want to use the word desperate, but I keep feeling like it's like you're you're in desperation of a love, you know, of being chosen. I get it, man. I totally get it. And so then over here, you've got this person over here. And I think this person number two is trying to make a decision. I think they want to offer you, I feel like they want to offer number one, I don't know. I think they want to reach out. Page of Cups. They want to send a message, a text, something. I think they are going to do it. And I don't think they're giving it much thought there. It's like a sudden decision. Like, okay, I'm going to send a text. This is my Empress. I have transformed, you know. Or I am the Empress. So there's a big transformation going on over here for person number two. I feel like person number two is working on cutting themselves free from a toxic relationship. They do love unconditionally to number one, but I feel like they're still hurt. And I feel like they're going back and forth. Should I call? Should I not call? That's how come that Knight of Swords is here. Because they're overthinking it so much, but they're going to, like, just be moved, or without thought, they're going to reach for the phone, is what I feel like. Because if they do give it any thought, they're going to stop themselves. But the Knight of Swords is about somebody not giving any thought and just jumping right in, right? Okay, so I got so many people right now. It confuses me right now, but I love the other person. So one of these people is you then, right? May? Which one are you? Person number one or person number two? is what I want to know. Okay, so person number 2, even though they are staying busy all night long, working on something, trying to get their confidence back, trying to get their own stability, realizing their divinity as the Empress too, can't stop thinking about it. They can't. It hurt them, and they don't really understand it. They're still processing it, and they're just really going back and forth. Like 1 minute they're like, I love this person, and the next minute they're like, I can't do it. And then the other woman card comes out. So this person is either has the other woman, or they think person number 1 does, right? But person number 2 wants to reach out real bad. I think they're holding themselves back from doing it. They want to. But I don't know. Something about it scares them. You're person number 1. You're the one that's moving on and ending it and having lots of options. So you're the one that's not seeing yourself clear too then, May. So here's what's interesting about that. I'm glad you told me you're person number 1, because I'm going to talk to you a little longer about it then, if that's okay with you. Because here's what's happening in the very bottom here. So you got the 9 of Wands, the Devil card, and the Wheel of Fortune. The very first card out is the World, saying there's some kind of cycle that's got to close out. What's in the middle is that not being able to commit because there's so many options, right? So the 9 of Wands card, and especially this one, it's about being hurt a lot of times in your life. And this card can go 2 ways. Like 9 of Wands, I've been hurt so many times. I'm never letting another person come in again. Fuck them. Like, I'm putting up a boundary and I'm not letting them in. But this card is contrary and the high side of that 9 of Wands. This is someone who has been through a lot of battles. In fact, he's a soldier, you know, and he's been off to war for a while. He's been through many battles. And here's the thing, like, he's not trying to shield himself from more pain. Like, he's not, because he's just really brave. And he feels like, I have learned so much through all of these, like, experiences, near-death experiences even. Like, I've learned a lot, and I've survived all of it. Have a seat. How can I help you? How can I help you? So I feel like that is who you are meant to be, is the second 9 of Wands. The second one that says, like, okay, I understand why each one of those wands, or at least some of them, I understand why they happened, and I understand how I can help people with them, right? But the Devil card is here saying, like, I feel like you're not seeing that part of it. Like, I don't think you're seeing the value in all of the heartbreak that you've had, right? I feel like you don't see it yet. You're looking at yourself and you're seeing a victim like, fuck, why doesn't anything work out for me? Why can't I have what I want? Why? And the Wheel of Fortune is here saying, like, this is going to change. Let's get some clarifiers on that for you, May. I just really want to know. I see the truth at the bottom, right? So tell me what the Wheel of Fortune is bringing for person number 1, and specifically May. What is the wheel bringing for my friend May Cooper? Why is it here? It's bringing you the Chariot. Now, oh my gosh, and at the bottom, look what it's bringing. Look what it's bringing. Oh my God, this is so cute. This is so good. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, I feel like as soon as you flip around that Nine of Wands and like honestly see the value in all the hurt you've went through, like it takes a little digging, right? It does. But it brings you so much balance, right? So here's the Chariot. This is like total balance. It's black on one side, white on another. It's usually about a car. It's usually about forward movement. It's always about victory. This one has a baby in it, May. So I don't know if you're having a baby or gonna have a baby, but you're definitely could be on the way to creating something new with a person. Because these two guys, did you see how many times I had to shuffle that? And those are the 3 cards that came out. So that is such a freaking good message. I don't even know what to say. Congratulations, May. I don't know. I mean, if I can help you turn around that Nine of Wands, let me know. I would love to help you. Because as soon as you do that, dude, everything's changing. Baby. I know. I don't know if you're having a baby, but I mean, there is a baby in that card. I can't not say it, right? Like, but it could also be like you have something really important to do with someone is what I kind of see. But I feel like there's a cycle that needs to end. And I think it's got everything to do with, I feel like you're the Nine of Wands that has a boundary. I feel like you don't want to let anyone very close because you're scared they're going to hurt you, you know? But the thing is if you can figure out the good it brought into your life, the changes it made, I mean, think about what every single thing does to you. Sometimes we move to a whole new place. Sometimes we change jobs. Sometimes, you know, like something happens and our whole world changes. We don't even know why. We're all of a sudden just down some other path and it's scary, right? And so you can sit in that fear, or you can look back and go like, you know, that actually worked out pretty good. If that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Dan. I'm good. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to this reading and see what person number 1 would like to say to person number 2. First thing is, it was my fault, but I blamed you. Sometimes I lay awake at night thinking about you. I think person number 1 keeps all those options because they're scared. See, if you have a lot of options and spread yourself all around the planet, you know, like you have, you know, this person and this person and this person and this person, you really never have to really give your heart to anyone. In fact, if someone is starting to get a little close, you just ditch them. Like, fuck it. I'm not going there, right? Because you're scared. But, dude, you got somebody that's special. I mean, it's the Lovers and the Two of Cups. And your guys are going somewhere together. Like, you could be traveling together. You know, you've got the World card. That could mean, like, world travel, right? All right. What else does person number 1 want to say to person number 2? I wish I could take back my words. What else? I left when I saw you with someone. So maybe that's it. Did you see them with someone? So let's see what person number 2 has You speak to me through music. I wish I could tell you my good news. I lost myself. I know I messed everything up. Person number 2 feels totally responsible here. But so does person number 1. You guys are kind of mirroring each other in a lot of ways in these cards. Like you want to say the same thing. Person number 2 wants you. Alright, let's look and see what the romance angel said. You've never been with anybody? Okay. Tell me what the romance angels... Passion, retreat, and flirt. So person number 1 really likes the passion that they feel with person number 2. I feel like there could be a time where you guys get to go somewhere, I don't know, maybe on a picnic or something. I do feel like you want to flirt with them. Person number 2 wants a reconciliation. However, there's something about children here. So like again, remember what I said, if there are no children, this could be about inner child wounding, you know, that shit stays around forever. But this person definitely wants a reconciliation, right? So I think this could be really good. I think person number 1, you know, it obviously has some healing to do, some spiritual work, shadow work, like understanding something real deep about yourself. Like how every painful moment has moved you to be a greater human being. I mean, in a nutshell. And a lot of times, I mean, it takes a while to understand that or to like even want to. I can remember being the type of person that was just totally closed-minded to this kind of thought process. I would have said, fuck you 5 years ago to this reading. I would have said, you're crazy, Tina. You're insane. But now I'm like, yeah, man, that makes so much sense. So if I wouldn't have had all the experiences that I've had, I wouldn't be doing these readings. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. So a spiritual path is really amazing how it like drives us here and there, and then we end up somewhere like with a whole new belief system. You have 6 kids, May? You don't have 6 kids, or you do? Sagittarius is next. Okay, Sag. Let's see person number 1 for Sagittarius. Let's see, person number 1 for Sagittarius. First card out's the Emperor. Emperor, King of Wands. Are they big or little? Are they all grown up? Okay. All right, so this kind of looks like a relationship that's in trouble somehow. I think it has the ability to be successful, but there's a lot of pain here. But it's got a lot of potential. If somebody could release some kind of pain. I feel like there's a new beginning in Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So take that how it resonates, right? So person number one, I see you have a very powerful person, kind of take charge, maybe a little bit egotistical, a little bit. I do feel like this person knows their own value, and I feel like they actually really know themselves, want to know, and I feel like they know what they want. They do want stability, and they're looking for that. They do have many options. Person number one. Person number two, wants a reconciliation. They want to, like a start over, starting with the truth. They want to tell you the truth, share the truth. And the truth is, like, they love you. 10 of Cups. Now, 5 of Swords is here, too, with the 10 of Cups. So, the 5 of Swords is about somebody making a promise and not really keeping it. So, like, you know, broken promises here. So I can see how person number two, they want a reconciliation because there's just so much love here, but they need this this 5 of Swords things cleared up. Like, this is about two people drawing a line in the sand, and one person's promise being washed away every freaking time. And this person number two says, yeah, I want to be with person number one, but I need these promises that they make to be real. Like, I need them to hold to their word, right? So let's get some of these cards here. (2017, 16, 15, 11, and 10). Sheesh. I thought I had a lot. I have 4. I have 4 kids. Or I guess I did. I have 3 live kids now. Okay, Paradise is the first card here. So person number one is a very fun person, playful. That's pretty much what they think about. King of Wands is here. They're here for the next fun adventure. I think when they think about person number two, they're like, I don't think so. I don't really want to do this. I'm kind of busy doing my own thing here. I don't really know that I want to talk to them right now. I feel like person number two kind of feels like person number one feels like person number two is a little bit of a snake. Yeah. And I feel like maybe they feel like person number two was kind of somebody who was trying to control them a little bit. You know, like that Emperor is here, the King of Wands is here. You know, those both have good and bad sides. So I don't know. I feel like person number one feels a little intimidated or something by person number two. Let's see what number two feels like. This person number two really wants a new start. It's just that they're having a hard time. Yeah, they want to marry person number one. Even though they feel stabbed in the back, they are healing, and they want to do another run. They feel like person number one's moving on, and they really want a transformation in the relationship, is what I'm seeing. Let's see what these, if you could say something. If person number one could say something to person number two, what would it be? Person number 1, say something to person number 2, what would it be? I want to tell you how I feel. I remember every detail of that day, so they're obviously thinking on a specific day. Maybe the day they met you or something, I don't know. One special day. So many things remind me of you, and I hope you can forgive me. So they're taking some responsibility. Person number 1 feels like, yeah, something did happen, and I hope they can forgive me someday. Person number 2, how do you feel? What do you want to say? They are on repeat. They think about the conversations over and over and over. They can't stop thinking about it. What else? We both know I'm not the one for you. Whoa. So they're having that thought. Interesting, because they have 2 aces here, like saying like, I want a new... Good. Yay, Grateful Dead. Ripple. Ripple all the way. I look for you everywhere. So, I feel like person number 2 is confused, but I do think they want to like reach out and say something or do something. I feel like they're a little scared. But they do look for you, like when they go to the store or something like that. I feel like they look for you. Like maybe they're in here. All right, let's see what the romance angels have to say. The first one is unrequited love. There's not enough love in this relationship to keep going. That's how person number 1 feels. Pay attention to the red flags. So I feel like person number 1 has seen a lot of red flags. And I feel like they're just like over it. Like they're talking to their friends about it. They're staying busy with friends. They're like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. There are plenty of fish in the sea. And person number 2, how's person number 2 feeling here? Person number 2, they still want to hang out. They want to have a heart-to-heart conversation, and they can't stop thinking about how much fun you guys had together. So that's why they're replaying it over and over and over, is because you guys are both fun people, I think, and have had some fun experiences together. So that's what I see for Sag. I feel like person 1 is moving on down the road. Person 2, I think eventually they will move on down the road, but for now I feel like they're kind of stuck in this spot where they want a new start with you, because they're feeling like it's like the 10 of Cups happily ever after kind of vibe. So there is that they're going to have to work through if person number 1 doesn't want to do anything about it, right? 1, 2, 4. All right, so next is Capricorn. Let's see what Capricorn has to say for... Okay, Capricorn. Person number 1. Okay. Person number 1 is feeling her value, his or her value, pretty hardcore. I feel like person number 1 is very tapped into spirit, nature, and themselves. They don't mind being single because their stability comes from themselves and their higher self, and they know that. I feel like they're about to embark on a new adventure of some sort, something very passionate. I feel like things have been kind of hard, and they've been healing from something. They are making plans to move forward. Tell me more about these two fours down here for Capricorn. I see the Four of Cups and the Four of Swords along with the Knight of Pentacles. So it looks like you're kind of stagnant, going slow, moving slow because of a heartbreak. Three of Cups or Three of Swords. I feel like person number one is kind of like healing up from something big, heartbreak. It's definitely could have something to do with like someone being childish, and definitely has something to do with broken promises, like someone promising and the other person not holding up on it, you know? Okay, so person number two, okay, is shocked by whatever happened. Like there's a tower moment here, and currently in a stagnant, stuck situation, trying to look at things from a different perspective, trying to be honest, trying to let go of everything that doesn't serve them. Person number two is working on themselves really a lot. So is person number one, really. So it kind of looks like maybe you guys triggered healing in each other, right? Which is like definitely soul contract kind of stuff. Okay, the Hermit, yeah. Person number one going inside. You guys are both really doing a lot of healing. Person number one and person number two. Two more. Person number two. Okay. Okay, so this could really be... I'm seeing like quite a few sixes here, so I'm kind of feeling like this could be a karmic agreement, a karmic contract, like teaching each other something, because I feel like something's happening where this thing is going to be made right. It needs to be. It is about love. The wheel is here. I see this person over here like really letting go of a lot of fear. I feel like they've been reaching in, talking to spirit, and really getting somewhere. What I want to do is ask about this. I want to get another deck and clarify the wheel because it's my favorite card. Tell me what the wheel is bringing for person number two. What's the wheel bringing here? Ten of Cups. The Empress. You might struggle with this, but yeah, I feel like that's what you're learning in the Hermit. It's person number two, right? This whole thing is about higher learning. It is about love and some kind of a divine contract, let's say. Okay, so let's get another deck here. Let's see what's happening here. I feel like person number one is healing and hurt, but more than anything, they're moving. They're moving forward. Like, I feel like person number two is... person number one is stagnant too. You both are. You're both stagnant, probably because of the relationship, right? Like, not really moving around, not really doing anything. I think person number one's okay being alone. They know they're okay. They know that about spirit. They know all that. But deep down, I feel like there's a lot of pain for person number one. So, and like not noticing things around you. Let's see. I feel like person number one would like to take another chance with person number two. They really would like one more chance because they feel like this might be the happiness that they always wanted but didn't even realize was available, right? I don't know if you were married, but wedding rings is here. So person number one might just want that at some point, right? And person number two, this is Tower. This is like being in the hangman position, trying to see the truth of something, realizing there's stuff that you've been believing about yourself that just doesn't serve you anymore. So you're working on that, letting it go, cutting yourself free, all with spirit, right? And it is exactly at that moment, person number two, when you actually heal these things in yourself, that the wheel turns in your favor and this comes in, you know. So I don't know which one you are, but person number two, there's something really good happening here for person number two. Person number two wants to make a call and say, I love you, person number one. I love you so much. What else? But they also feel like this thing is over, dead, done, gone. I don't think there's any chance of this working out. So that's why they're cutting themselves free from this overthinking. They're like, I want to call, but I'm not going to because it's over. And I mean, they have someone else by now. I can't. I'm going to let you just take care of the spirit. Please to remove it from my mind. Help me see that I have many options. And then the wheel comes in for person number two and brings the person. Like, I don't know if the person is with person number one or if this new person is someone different. But it's coming in as the Empress. It's coming in with the Wheel of Fortune, meaning that this was a plan that you had to meet up with this person. And this is the Ten of Cups. This one coming in with the wheel for person number two. So I don't think you know that. I don't think person number two knows it. Whoever that might be. You are the other one. I'm not sure. That's what I'm saying. So let's see what the hidden messages are. Person number one, what do you want to say? What do you want to say? Sometimes I stay awake at night thinking about you. I know I messed everything up. I wish I could take back my words. It was my fault, but I blamed you. I want to be more than friends. That's what person number one wants to say. What does person number two want to say? I'm so attracted to you. I regret lying. You speak to me through music. You and I were too young. I love you unconditionally. I can't stop thinking about you. So isn't that funny? Like how, like, no matter what's going on, like, it's like the cards mirror each other. You know, so I think it's important to like realize what these relationships actually do for us. You know, they put up a mirror for us, and then like if something triggers us from their behavior, well, we know right away that we need to look at that behavior in ourselves. You know, what is it that bugs you? Because it's probably something you do as well. So just saying, otherwise probably wouldn't eat at you like that. Okay, so let's see, Capricorn. Tell me the romance angels. What's coming with the romance angels? Release your ex. Spirit is saying, like, just release it, please. It's safe for you to love and let your friends help you. I also see reconciliation here. And free yourself. So, and love yourself first. And calling in your soulmate. I mean, I could go all day long. I feel like person number one, I feel like you just need to do some self-love work and make sure to love yourself. Like, just get on a daily regimen of it. You know, like, what does that mean for you? I don't know. Make healthy food choices and do a little exercise. show your body some love, show your soul some love, show your mind some love, right? Learn something new. I feel like that's what it's saying. Like, it's really important for you, like, start focusing on you. And person number 2, let's see what the advice is from the angels here. Okay, so person number 2, you're definitely right when you're understanding this soulmate connection. There is a lot of chemistry attached to soulmates sometimes. It's like you can feel something different with somebody, you know? Yeah, past life relationship, that's why. So I feel like person number 2, something really big is turning around for you here, but like you have a little bit of work to do for yourself, right? I think it's like you have some kind of inner turmoil going on about this situation. I also think you have some kind of belief system that goes way back that's not accurate. You know, like maybe it's the way you see yourself or the way you think of yourself or the way you talk about yourself, you know? I don't know. But it looks like old ways of thinking. Like I feel like that's what needs to be worked on for person number 2. And I think it is. I think that is exactly what's happening. Person number 2, you do have a divine coming in that really loves you. Now, whether it's this person or not, person number 1, I don't know. Could be. But I didn't see the 6 of Cups anywhere. You know what I mean? Which is like a person, an old person or something like that. Hi, Free Will. The girl who changes her name. Free Will 1111. Good to see ya. Aquarius is next. Let's see what's going on for Aquarius. 208. Okay. Aquarius. We're checking on Aquarius's love life. We're going to separate 2 piles spirit. Person number 1. See what's going on with person number 1. Yeah, these. Damn it. Okay. Person number 1. I feel like you're stepping into a very powerful energy of the Emperor and kind of taking charge of your own life. I feel like you've gotten clarity on something. And it gave you this ability to cut yourself free from something. Something that you've been stuck to for a while. Like 8 of Swords. It could be like the way you're thinking. It could be anything that makes you feel like you can't move, you know? The 8 of Swords. That's what this girl is doing. Like, it's self-imposed bondage, right? But I like this card because, like, she has the sword of truth in her hand cutting her free, right? And it's funny because that sword came out right before. So that's what I feel like. I feel like you're getting free from some kind of old belief or something. Something. I see a message come in. Oh my gosh. Definitely air sign. You got Page, Knight, and King of Swords all coming in at once. So some kind of communication, some kind of truth is just about to knock you over, I feel like. Okay. So let's see about person number 2. Okay. So I feel like person number 2 has maybe been silent and looking at things from other perspectives, you know. I feel like they're going through a transformation. What you have here for signs so far is Aries. You have a lot of air here. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, which is you. And the death card is here, which is Scorpio. And then the Hanged Man. I can't remember what the Hanged Man is. I want to say Sag, but I could be wrong. Chariot's here with the which is Cancer. And the Tower card. I feel like this is about some kind of karmic connection. I really do. Someone offering love. This is someone you've already been with. This is someone that I feel like Spirit already took you out of there. Or the other person, like, I don't know. So, person number one, you're sitting here, you're learning a lot of truth here and taking back your power and making a decision to move forward. Let's see some more here. I feel like you're thinking a lot in the past, though. Like, thinking about maybe things you've done in the past that maybe didn't, I don't know, didn't work out like you wanted to. I do see a huge transformation. Wow, Dragonfly and the Phoenix. So big transformation going on for you, for your whole being. Like, this is big change, like DNA upgrades and those kinds of things. So let's check with number two, person number two. So I feel like person number two, I feel like they have a bunch of options. And they feel like this relationship is over. They do believe in transformation, but I feel like they're worried more about them loving themselves. I feel like person number two could be thinking about some kind of addiction, getting some kind of an enlightenment about an addiction. And also like someone not being real. The Mask card is here, right? So I feel like person number two, like, I don't know. I feel like they believe in love, but I think they believe this is over. And I feel like they're just kind of like trying to work on themselves for now. Like they're trying to, Nine of Cups, right? Make their own wishes come true. They're trying to like change their focus onto themselves. So maybe they're trying to heal up. Maybe there's an addiction and they're working on that. I feel like there is a huge change coming for this person. And it's probably because of the self-love, right? But I also feel like person number two doesn't really... I feel like they're hiding something. Okay, so let's see what the hidden messages are. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I want to tell you how I feel. It was my fault, but I blamed you. I knew exactly what I was doing. Person number two. Now, this person is going through a giant transformation. I feel like they're trying to look at things from all directions, trying to make a good decision for themselves. I really feel like they might be working on some sort of addiction too. I feel like there's an age difference here that maybe is something that doesn't seem to feel right to them. I know I crossed the line. So I feel like they're taking responsibility for something. They're thinking about some things that they said and did, and they're not sure how to feel about it. I feel like it makes them feel like shit. And they can still sense your energy even though you're a long ways away from each other. And I feel like maybe they're lost. Yeah. I'm wondering if person number 2 is like lost in some kind of an addiction. I mean, that's a heavy, like, I feel like that. It could be drinking or drugs or, I mean, who knows? There's sex addiction. There's gambling addiction, you know, like, there's so many things that could fuck a person up, right? And make them have a mask on. I feel like person number 2, you just don't even really know who this is. Maybe you spend some time with them, but I don't know if you ever knew them. Who am I talking to? Aqua. Okay, so let's see what the romance angels say. Okay, religious factors. So you guys have some kind of beliefs that are different, and it bothers person number 1. I feel like person number 1 is thinking positive about romance, about a future, about love, about life. Yeah, I do feel like person number 1 has a lot of feelings for person number 2. I feel like they do want to be with them. They just want to see person number 2 making some kind of an effort too. Tell me about person number 2 over here, Spirit. Okay, so person number 2, again, freeing themselves from some kind of an addiction, right? I feel like they do want to come forward and say, I love you. They are very attracted to you, and they are talking like, yeah, I realize we're separated. But they're saying, person number 1, you deserve to be loved. And I don't think they have it to give. I don't think number 2 really has true love to give right now because of whatever has control over them, you know, aka some sort of addiction, right? So that's what I see for you, Aquarius. That was pretty specific, wasn't it? I've never gotten such a hardcore addiction message before, but that one was. I'm not sure why. Must be a serious addiction. I do see this person kind of wanting to change and wanting to get better, you know? I do. Okay, so let's see. Pisces is the last one. And all right, Pisces. Let's see what's going on for Pisces. Okay, the star and the moon. That could mean a lot of things. Let's get some more. High Priest. King of Cups. Okay, Pisces. Healing. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of lessons being learned in this relationship, is what I feel like. Both people. So, I don't see any 6s here, but I would guess this is some kind of a contract that you have with this person. So, on one side, on the first side, what I see is something's healing inside of you. And I feel like you can You're confused. I feel like you're confused. You're seeing something, I don't know. This could be a marriage, but it's definitely a lot of love. I feel like person number one has been in a very bad spot, like trying to heal, and also very, it's this card, right? That's just such a uncomfortable card. So I feel like, Pisces, I feel like person number one has been somewhere, and I feel like there's some kind of a uprising going on with person number one, with this beautiful Queen of Swords, because she is the gal that just gets shit done. Like, I'm done. And she takes her heart out of things, she takes her emotions out, and she cuts out things that don't serve her. And I feel like this stagnant energy is what she's doing. She's like, I can pinpoint exactly what caused this energy to happen, and it's fucking out of here. I'm done. So, person number one, kind of like confused a little bit about love. This could even have been a marriage because the Hierophant is here. Person number two is very like stuck in his head. I'm saying his because it's a guy, but the Hanged Man, right? Stuck there, like, and basically trying to figure something out about love. Like, I want to know, what is it really? Like, I thought it was this, and now I don't know. So I feel like this person, number two, is like trying to look from all angles about love, about what it looks like, what it should look like, what it has looked like, and what he wants it to look like, right? I feel like the devil is here. This one is about like not having an accurate reflection in the mirror, not looking at yourself correctly, right? I feel like you don't understand your own strength, person number two. I feel like you don't see it. I feel like you just don't see yourself as strong, and you see yourself as weak. And I also see you searching, asking, talking to spirit for truth, and I think you're getting some kind of very beautiful energy, Queen of Wands, which is about knowing your value. So I think you're going from not knowing your value to definitely knowing your value. And I think it's this person who pushed you there, person number two. So let's get to see with this Lovers deck and see what's going on. Spirit, thank you so much for helping me all day today. We're on Pisces. It's our last one. Let's give them something good. Okay. Person number one is actually Spirit's working in your life. You are going to receive the healing that you need. I feel like you have some friends too. Make sure and keep those guys close around. Have some fun with them. Enjoy having fun. I feel like while you're in this place of like healing and stuck to the tree, I feel like what you're thinking about is your person. I feel like you're thinking about how, I feel like there was a lot of passion, sexy passion, and I think that's what makes you want to like call. Person number two, let's see how they're feeling about person number one. Okay, they're afraid. They're actually really in their ego right now, which is why that Strength card is here. It's why they have to go inside. They're afraid. They're just scared. They don't see themselves. Here's what it is. They don't think they're good enough for person number one. Damn. Mirror. Yeah? So it's possible that this person number one, mirrored something to person number two and ended the relationship. Like you triggered person number one so hard that it ended it, right? And that's when this big, huge transformation comes. It's yours. This is your transformation. You're the one rising from the ashes. And someday you're going to say thank you to person number one because it was your soulmate and it brought you here. This is a very big awakening for you. And I feel like you're really seeing yourself different here. So I don't really see anybody like walking back toward the other person. What I feel like is you guys triggered each other into transformation, healing, becoming someone completely different. So let's see, if you could say something, person number one, what would you say to person number two? They think about you all the time. I feel like person number one might have said or done something that was crossing the line, and they're feeling sorry for it. I feel like person number one is like, I couldn't let you get close to me because I'm just not available, right? Person number two, what do you feel like? Person number two feels like they sabotaged it, and they're scared that you're leaving them behind, and they have so much attraction to you. And they think about you all the time, and the love they feel is unconditional. I wish I had treated you better, number two says to number one. So that's what's going on. Like, there's some regret over here with number two, but I do see a huge transformation. And I kind of feel like once this person like sees themselves for who they really are, you know what I mean? Like, they're beautiful, it's the Queen of Wands energy. So she's beautiful, magical, sexy. She's on fire. She's a healer. I love the Queen of Wands energy. So this person over here is getting that, and it's because of whatever happened with person number one. It pushed them there, right? Oh, that's a lot. Okay, so I feel like person number one has got romantic feelings. They do want to reach out to person number two. But they're just trust in spirit. I feel like that's what's happening probably with both people. I see a lot of spirit activity. Person number two is trying to just release you. They're like, man, I just got to release the outcome of this situation. I got to forgive them. I've got to learn. This is a codependent card. So maybe this person is a little bit codependent, or this relationship was, and they're like, we can't do that. I feel like person number two might feel like person number one doesn't love them because unrequited love came out. So there's a lot going on here with these two piles of people for Pisces. I feel like whatever happened, it's really about both of your spiritual growth, and it makes 100% sense because, like, the second card out in this one is the Hierophant, stating like, this person came here to teach you, and you came here to teach this person about love. Because what's next to the Hierophant is the King of Cups. So I feel like that's what the lesson is about. It's about what love is. But this person number two has got such a huge transformation coming. They're also learning about love, but they're learning about themselves too, and like what they have to offer. And this is really beautiful, because what ends up happening is person number two ends up confident and powerful and strong and knowing all of that. So, if you are both working at these and working on your own things, which I see you are, I mean, this could you could completely have another chance here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to think I'm saying shut the door on this. I'm not. This relationship is all about change and changing each of you, growing, changing how you see yourself, what you think you're worth, all of that. So that's how come I feel like these kind of relationships are kind of fun, because they do change us. And after we're done with the hurt of it and the broken heart and everything and the tears, and we look in the mirror and we're all of a sudden realizing that we're the Empress or the Queen of Wands. I mean, you just got to feel grateful. You just got to. I mean, that's finding the justice in the situation, like, wow, this person made me see myself a whole new way. That's how cool our souls are. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I love you so much. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining me.